Hello everyone. So today, welcome this beautiful, super inspiring guest I have on the Leader Show, Mr. Uday Iyer, and he has a very beautiful introduction, and I'm just going to introduce him in a while. So basically, he says. Like the people around him or the people basically says that if you are riding two boats, you will lose both, but he says that let me tell you one thing, that he didn't lose either. He has been successfully riding two boats or having two affairs since little more than 3 decades now. One of them is his rock singing career on board, and the other is his teaching career. And as you can see his, actions, the way he's doing it, I'm just like, you are so inspiring. The day I saw you, the first time I saw you online in the online world, through Success Gyan, I was super inspired from you, and he's also a singer. So totally, like you are totally super awesome. Thank you so much for coming. It's such an honor to be with you.
Thank you so much, Gargi. Believe me, the pleasure is all mine. Believe me, it's an absolute privilege to have a wonderful conversation with you, which we are about to begin. Thank you so much for having me.
And the one beautiful and proud, moment that I want to share is like he has more than 5,000 students across the globe. Like unbelievable, super awesome. And he describes himself as a proud father of 2 boys, 4 dogs and 3 cats, and a husband to a gorgeous metalhead. He's an avid motorcyclist too, and it's a way of life for him now. Motorcycling and nature has been his biggest and best teachers, and we are going to talk about it. So like, just an honor to welcome you on this show.
Thank you so very much, Miss Arya. Thank you so much. Stay focused and blessed always. Thank you for having me once again.
Superb. So my first question to you is, like,
Sure.
you say that you have learned a lot from nature and motorcycling. So I'm just curious to ask that how they have been your best teachers of life.
Well, let me begin with Mother Nature. Since I belong to in spite of belonging to a South Indian Orthodox family, that's the background I come from. And I've been raised, like all of us, a lot of spiritual knowledge and gods and goddesses and temples and bhajans and kirtans. That's the kind of upbringing even I've had. So with that, the picture of God in my mind was always an idol or a picture which we've seen in stories and things like that. Now, after 50 years, maybe 40 years of my life, I suddenly realized that there is a true God in front of me, all this while in front of me, who has the power to create, who has the power to destroy, and she does all that right in front of my eyes. I can see that goddess at work. That's a God, and that's a Mother Nature for me. So since 10 years, till the age of 40, Mother Nature was just environment. The word environment for me, that's all she was. After the age of 40, she transformed. Mother Nature has become something very spiritual for me. I love to spend as much as time with her whenever, wherever possible. Yeah. So I've spent a lot of time with, socializing in social circles. Now I socialize more with plants and animals and the fresh air and the mountains. And motorcycling, Gargi, you'll be happy to know that you yourself being a student, a lot of things, as a student and as a certified trainer yourself, you would have obviously come across the concept of how our subconscious minds work. All of us have different methods of coming out of their comfort zones in order to achieve anything in life. At least मेरे life में ऐसे रहा है. I was not born with a silver spoon. Whatever I have achieved in my life was step by step. It took days of hard work, years of hard work to reach wherever the conventional old school method. That's how I've grown to wherever I've been so far. So when you talk about that, so everyone has different ways of getting out of their comfort zone. For example, you have to study for your board exam. No, today is so and so date. As per my timetable, aaj 8 घंटे पढ़ना है तो पढ़ना ही है. But I'm only able to manage 6. What do I do? Somehow, no. You sleep less. You do something. And you finish those number of 8 hours in a day. What do? You get out of your comfort zone. You sacrifice your sleep. At my age, I'm not a student anymore. At my age, what I seek is when I start my motorcycle and I ride, I just go. No GPS, no maps, nothing. It's just me. I get out of my comfort zone. I go away from home where everything is taken care for me at home. When I'm on my own, all alone, sometimes I cook myself. I've slept at gurudwaras, at mosques, langar pe khana khaya, delicious food, and I've lived in villages. It really helps me to connect with a lot of people, and I realize that it's one thing which I love doing. Which any opportunity I get to ride, I spring out of my comfort zone like this. Otherwise, you need to mentally prepare yourself. All right, after the next 2 hours, I need to get out of my comfort zone to achieve something. No, motorcycling for me. So it's one of those things. So it's my method of getting out of my comfort zone. Meditate. It helps me think a lot. Helps me spend a lot of time with myself, which I learned very late in life, the importance of spending time with yourself. Because I've spent majority of my time being a rock musician, majority of my life I've spent for the world, with the world. So now, motorcycling helps me spend a lot of time with myself. Yeah.
Super
Thank
awesome.
you.
Great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
so much
you.
for adding those points, because when I saw you for the first time, you were so energetic. Your energy was so contagious, and this
Yeah.
sign really, the way you
Oh,
do
dear.
everything is super awesome. And
Thank
when you
you.
wrote in your introduction, that
Mhm.
motorcycling and nature taught you a lot. They are your best teachers. That was the first question
Absolutely.
in my mind. That nature I understand, but how motorcycling? So you have correctly mentioned that it's just a way for you to get out of your comfort zone, and we need to when we need
Absolutely.
to accomplish our dreams. Thank you so much. Awesome.
Well, pleasure is all mine. Pleasure is all mine.
Great. So,
Hmm.
my next question
Hmm.
to you is, you must be
Sure.
having a story, right? Like, what was that point in your life which led you on this path to become a trainer, certified trainer, to help more and more people? And as you said, you have spent most of your time up until now to be with the world and for the world. So, how this story comes up? What was that point which led you to become a great singer and a musician too?
Well, okay. Though, my training journey began just 15, 16 years ago. My singing and music, rock music, happened some 27, maybe 28 years ago. All this happened in the year, well, first of all, I was 1973. There was this great explosion, and I was born in the remote, South India, in Tamil Nadu district called Pudukkottai. I was born in the house, natural childbirth, no hospital, no cesarean, nothing. The traditional, conventional, which we see in television series, daima, gaon mein daima jaisi childbirth karati. So that is the kind of childbirth that's how I was born. I was born at 5 a.m. and there is Bhuvaneshwari temple very close to my house where we used to have, and there is a pond, and the Swamiji of that temple used to go for his morning walk to the pond and come back. So when he came back, my Nanaji was strolling outside, panicking because his daughter was going through labor pains. So when he came back and he said, "Hey, what happened?" Venkatraman, that was the name of my late grandfather. He said, "Don't worry, everything will be fine." When he finished his walk and he came back, I was born. He said, Oh, I told you he was born and the sun was rising. Then the Swamiji gave the name. Name him Uday. That's how I got my name, because I was born exactly when the sun was rising. So that's how I was born. I was born in South, however, raised and educated in MP and Maharashtra. That's why my Hindi and English, both the languages are much stronger than my own mother tongue, my first language itself. My first language, I know as a, I can just manage a pedestrian language. I can ask for directions and have a conversation. But when I watch Tamil films, yes, I do need to resort to subtitles. Even I need to do that, because if I watch something, because that's too pure form of Tamil. Hindi and English are my strong points. Now, so music happened. I started out, my music career started out as a roadie. Roadie in the sense not what you watch on television, which your generation has seen. Roadie from the era, 70s and 80s era, was where you carry equipment of musicians and roam around with them, and you learn the ropes. So I used to be Agni, AGNI, the original Agni's roadie. I used to carry their equipment, their drum kit and everywhere, and I used to go with them. And then when I started doing my BCom in Symbiosis, College of Commerce, that was in 1990, I formed my first band called Ravage. And that's how my music started. So, and I was always a favorite of Agni, so I used to always open for Agni when they released their first album. Then after that, I finished my MBA from Pune University. And after that, I shifted to Mumbai with 600 bucks in my pocket. I landed at VT Station. Those days it was called VT Station. I didn't know anybody, nothing. I spent at least 1.5, 2 days, 48 hours I spent on the station. Then I made a friend from JAYA School of Arts. Then I got into advertising. That's what my main forte was. Then finally I got a job with contract advertising, with whom I did right from classified ads to television commercials. I did all of them. A good 10, 11 years I did. A lot of advertising. And I did a lot of voiceovers for animation, cartoon films, industrial narrations in Hindi and English. So I used to make, so we used to make a lot of money those days. So that was, those days was a very different story. So because that was the non-internet era, if I may remind you, yeah. So that was good fun. That era was good. So after that, in 2000, 2001, I lost my darling father. So I had to shift back to Pune because I couldn't leave my mom alone in Pune. She is a chronic asthma patient. And so Pune air suits her better than Mumbai. Mumbai is a very polluted place. She won't be able to cross Panvel. Mumbai is still far away. That air won't suit her, because I know, because I've lived in Mumbai for 9 years, so I know how the air is there. So, so I got back. Then I continued working in advertising for 4 years in Pune. However, I got frustrated, because I was so used to the high standards of Mumbai advertising standards, right? And that too, not for ek ya do saal. 9 years is a lot of time. Suddenly I come into a mini metro, and the way people selling creative ideas was a very different ballgame. In Mumbai, we were so good that client just had to, I never used to have to make 3 options, just make 2 options and go to the client, and he usually gets the first one. Why? Because Udi is presenting. When I present, it sells. That kind of an idea. Because you've seen me, I'm a very animated person. So the way I would present an idea or a poster idea, सामने वाला clean bold हो जाता था यार, एक ही option. So that is the kind of background I came from. So I shifted after 4 years. After 11 years of advertising, I shifted my career. This is the point where a lot of youngsters, a lot of my students also still call me. Students I trained some 10 years ago still call me from different parts of the world. Sir, I've decided to change my career, and I've got butterflies and my knees are shaking. I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing. They call me for advice and we discuss and stuff like that. So yes, so I've done it a couple of times. So after 11 years, now what to do? Gargi, let me tell you something. I happen to be one of those few lucky people in life who at a very young age, like you, who at a very young age knew that I want to make a living out of doing something that I am good at. Maybe or may not be associated with my qualifications, not necessary that I need to make a living out of my qualification. ये फंडा मेरा ना बचपन से बहुत क्लियर था and thank you very much. I love you, Dad. My late father was very supportive. So I'm quite blessed. So I've had a fantastic childhood, touch wood. I do not have too many sob stories in my life. Yes, struggles, yes, a lot of struggles. And I'm a kind of a person, I don't like to glorify my struggle too much. It's just the struggle is the point of all the struggle is basically how many ever times I got punched and I fell down. Every time I got back up. That is the point, isn't it? Every time. And I eradicated the word comparison out of my life. I don't fall in that comparison trap at all. This something, that is, so I don't get into comparisons at all. You know why? At the age of 50, I have a flat tummy. I don't have diabetes. I don't have hypertension. You know why? Because I don't compare. Blood pressure बढ़ता है, because then you get into the trap of jealousy, envy, all those unwanted negative energies. So fortunately, I've been sane enough to realize all that from the beginning of, I think after I crossed 30, all these realizations came, and I've been doing that, and it's been fantastic, yeah. And after that, what do I do? Now I sat, after I quit the advertising world, I sat. What do I do? What do I do next? What am I good at? My writing ability, I'm very good with the English language. My voice ability, my intonation, I'm good with voice modulation and things like that, because I had a lot of experience doing voiceovers, doing theater, singing rock music. So voice, intonation and vocal acrobats I was very good at. What can I do? Someone asked me, hey dude, have you heard of call center? I said, no, what are they? Then I jumped into the water to learn how to swim. I joined a call center, an American call center, fortunately. And I took calls for some 10 months. And suddenly my operations manager, I'm very thankful to him, yeah. He came to me and he said, Uday, place the customer on hold. So I placed the customer on hold. He said, yes, what's up? So he told me, listen, dude, today is the last day of IJP in the IT or PPO industry. IJP stands for internal job posting. He said, today is the last date of IJP for process trainer. That's how my trainer journey began. He said, Uday, I don't want you to miss the bus. I said, okay. So I got back to college and I applied. I became a process trainer. I used to teach product for good 2 years. But being a singer and doing voiceovers and things like that, my knowledge and implementation, practical knowledge of English language, especially spoken, knowledge about vowel sounds, consonant sounds, was so much. I was very good at it. So from product, I needed to get into my actual core competency, which was voice and accent training. That's how I got into what I really want to do. What is the message? What's the moral of the story here, Gargi and all the youngsters who might be watching this? I got into training. I started with product. I didn't enjoy it so much, but at least I got into training. I got into the fraternity. 1.5 years, I proved myself. Then I got into voice and accent, which is my core competency, which I love to the core of my heart because I am very good at it. So I love it. I'm very confident about it. I can correct people's speech. I've been doing that for between 15 years now. So the point is, even if you get, "Arey nahi, ye mere choice ka nahi hai, le lo, don't be choosy." Opportunities बहुत मुश्किल से मिलती हैं. Grab it, especially when you're working. You have to prove yourself. I'm sure your parents are well off. I'm sure you have facilities. I'm sure, and if I'm sure you've got scholarship and you've proven yourself. However, when you're trying to make it on your own, make a living on your own, till you have a job, whichever kind of a job it is, please respect and love that job. Never ever make a table or a coffee table conversation. I hate my job. Yeah. You know what? I hate my boss. Yeah. You know what? I hate him. Yeah. You know what? Stupid company. Don't do that. Stop doing that in front of people. People, when they listen to that, they don't care about your boss. They don't care about your company. They don't care about what is your problem. They think that you are a cribby, negative, you person, you are a loser yourself. If you notice, धीरे धीरे as लोग ना आपसे जुड़ना कम हो जाता है. People will start distancing themselves from you. All these attitudes. So till you have a job, love it the way I loved it. I would have loved to sing rock music all my life and make money 100% completely. I couldn't do it all my life. I'm from a middle class family. But did I give up? No. Now what do? I do, after 22 years of hard work in the corporate world, Gargi, today, I gave up my job at the age of 42. I made enough money for two of my sons till their education. I've made enough money. I quit my job some 8-9 years ago. And now I follow my passions full time. My passions of teaching, motorcycling, and singing, nature, dogs, stray dogs, animals, tiger safaris, mountains. And I love it! I can go on and on and on, Gargi.
Yes. And I can go on listening to you and your story.
So sweet. You're so sweet.
Like words are not enough to describe after you have described your whole story, and I'm sure there are so many parts that you have not spoken. I am sure that me and other people who are listening to this, we all can go on listening to what you have to say. So super inspiring. The 4 points that I could get from your story were: first, never compare yourself, that you eradicated all the comparison from your life.
Yes.
Second
very
thing,
important.
Yes. Second thing was you don't have this passion to glorify your struggles, because each one of us go through them.
Everybody has to struggle. Yes.
But every
there shouldn't
time
be anything new about it.
Yes.
It
But
just
every
makes you stronger.
I do agree. Every time we get punched, we must stand up. So that was another aha moment for me. Great.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And another one which you might have missed, and I hope you make a note of it. Choose something you are good at.
The third point, I have written it.
Yes. Choose something to do in your life which you are good at, which you feel passionate about, which you really love.
We must hold it and carry forward that legacy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Superb.
Because teaching is something I love so much. After I quit my job, you know what I did? I was teaching for 14-15 years. I was teaching voice and accent, English, grammar, communication skills, soft skills, customer service. Then after quitting the corporate world, I wanted to challenge the trainer. Do you know what I did, Gargi, at the age of 42? At the age of 44, you know what I did? I started teaching verbal reasoning for GMAT, GRE, SAT exams, highly competitive exams, for which I used to study for 10 months. I used to study 16 hours a day. I gave GMAT thrice, GRE thrice, SAT thrice. Why? At this age, I have no interest of going abroad and doing an MBA. Definitely not. I wanted to give those exams and feel what kind of pressure my students would go through. Unless and until I don't feel the pressure myself, how will I teach convincing? So it's something like method acting, if you may, something like that. So I gave my 3 exams. Then I thought, now it feels beautiful, when I'm riding, maybe I'm on a mountain cliff, suddenly my phone rings, I stop at a mountain cliff, one of my students calls me, "Sir, Uday sir, I got through Massachusetts University, sir." मेरा GMAT क्लियर हो गया. I got through Massachusetts universities and पेरेंट्स को फोन करके बताने से पहले आपको फोन करके बता. गला भर आता है मेरा यार. I mean, I get, I'm an emotional fool. मुझे रोना आ जाता है.
Oh,
So
so
these are the
sweet.
beautiful things about and another thing, Gagi, I am, though I'm 50 years old, I am not a typical uncle. हमारे जो सोसाइटी में होते हैं, absolutely no. Please, I want to make this very clear to Gargi as well as Gargi's audience and Gargi's followers. I'm a very different kind of a person. I am not those. If I'm speaking with someone elder and someone younger, someone जो उम्र में छोटा होता है आके बात करेगा, so I will never say to that youngster, हाँ रुको, दो बड़े बात कर रहे हैं ना, रुको. No, मैं उल्टा हूँ. मैं सामने वाला अंकल को कहूंगा, अंकल जी रुको, पहले ये बात सुनने दो मुझे, आप वेट कीजिए. So I will listen to the youngster first. Yeah. So, and believe me, I feel very sorry for a lot of people of my age, from my era, musicians, teachers, who get intimidated by your generation. I think that's very foolish, because we are not going to live forever. So I find you and your generation very inspiring. I get to learn so much from you guys. For example, Gargi, you inspire me so much, kiddo. At the age of 14, she knows what she wants to do. I didn't know what the hell I was supposed to do till I was 30. See, that is so crazy, man. That is, woo! It's an honor. It's an honor talking to you, Gargi. Thank you.
Same here. You mentioned this point that जब भी कोई छोटा, when he or she talks to you, you tell the other person to stop. I
To wait.
experienced the
Yes,
same
sir.
thing.
Excuse me.
Yes, to wait. Like I experienced the same thing when we met in TTT. I came to congratulate you, and there was one person who was talking to you, and you told him that you can wait. I am just talking to Gargi. So it felt like an honor. So yes,
Oh, you
super.
remember. You
Yes.
remember that. How
Yes.
nice. So sweet of you.
Great.
Wow.
Super
So no, I
awesome.
really wanted to meet you. Yeah, I really wanted to meet you because it's been crazy. Yeah, it's been crazy, and I'm really glad. I'm really happy that you're someone as inspiring as you are part of my life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So, like, my next question to
Yeah.
you is, you were
Sure.
the winner of Super Speaker Season 2 out of more than 2 lakh registrations, being selected among top 10. Then in the winner, like, hats off to you and your efforts and the team support, like, super awesome. I just want to ask you that what was your whole experience and any lessons you learned throughout this journey?
Of super speaker, yes. Um, oh, I have a long list of learning, and I've been doing a lot of writing about it myself. Been writing since a couple of days. Well, this journey began. See, the focus into this journey. My entire journey was not for winning. My entire journey, the focus wasn't to win it at all. At all. I was just having fun. I was just having a ball. Because I love to face the camera. I love to face audience. I crave. It's kind of, because I'm a rock musician, it's an addiction. I just love to face the camera. People, you have people who have problems like camera shyness. People are camera shy. Believe me, cameras are Uday shy. It's exactly the other way around. I love cameras. So that, first of all, the entire journey started as a matter of fact. I was just having fun. I got selected in the top 1,000. Again, the tasks were given. And I also teach. I teach in non-verbal communication and advertising and contemporary culture in Symbiosis College of Liberal Arts in Pune, Senavati Bapat Road branch. That's where I teach. So my classes and the examinations were also getting prepped, and a lot of people were, getting prepped. A lot of interviews were coming up. A lot of presentations were coming. So then I prepare my students with communication skills to handle interviews and presentations. So that was basically what I meant. Was it was a very hectic period which I was going through. Then till 2000 happened. After 2000, when I reached 250, still the seriousness hadn't bounced in. And I always keep making reels for Instagram, one of my Instagram handle, where I keep sharing knowledge for free, just for fun, whatever, small things which I observe, mistakes people make in email, mistakes which you should avoid, at least in the professional world. In informal world, आपके private world में, your communication skills can be as you want them. But in order to be in a professional world, it's very important. You know why? Because professional relationships are built over the years, and impressions, once broken, it's very difficult to recreate in the professional world. In the personal world, you won't give too much, you won't think too much about it. But, and believe me, when you enter the professional world from a college world, your entire verbal and your non-verbal communication needs to be drastically different when you're in a professional world. You cannot, your body language cannot, you cannot, your body cannot behave as if you are still in a college canteen atmosphere. You cannot carry that kind of body language to a professional world, especially if it's your first job. Then people complain that, अरे 4 साल से मेरा promotion ही नहीं हो रहा है. Obviously नहीं होगा. It's not only your spoken communication, it's your non-verbals also. People don't take you seriously because you don't even walk correctly. People don't take you seriously because you're fidgeting, Your non-verbal communication is bad. So all this entire package, so all this really, so I've been involved with so much of the communication skill. So once I reached 250 things, then I started using my experience as a communication a trainer or a coach or a specialist or whatever you may call it. I use those skills. I have good knowledge of spoken English. I know the art of pausing effectively when you talk. I know the art of using correct intonation in the voice wherever, as per the emotion which is required. So all I had the arsenal of the entire experience and knowledge of these things. So I guess that's what helped me a lot. From 250, I was really impressed by every contestant, Gary. I can't tell you, yeah. They're so talented, yeah. They were so talented. My God. Till 250, I was okay. Then I had I was in a dilemma that नहीं यार, top 10 नहीं पहुंचते यार. और भी बहुत सारे टॉप लोग हैं, because मैंने 2-3 लोगों को देखा था. मैंने कहा अरे यार, there are some really senior people, and there were a lot of them who spoke very well. It's a speaking contest, so some of them were very, and I know a lot about spoken English, so I can make out, right, who speaks really well, really pauses. So I observed. I said, bro, I spoke to myself, Uday, don't have high hopes. Higher the expectations, higher or are your disappointments. ये मैंने लाइफ में सीखी. ठोकरें खा के सीखी है लाइफ में. Higher, greater are your expectations, greater are your disappointments. So somehow I just kept nullified, and one morning I was shooting a reel or something. I was shooting a reel using my phone, and suddenly Digvijay from Success Gone, his message popped up. Congratulations, you've been selected into top 10. I was in the middle of shooting a reel, and I was like, and I stopped the recording. Then Captain Ritu Kumar called me. Captain Ritu Kumar and I were in the Ninja tribe. Excuse me. So so immediately Captain Ritu Kumar called me because she had also got selected, and it was crazy. Then once we reached top 10, then top 10 में आने के बाद गार्गी, completely no hope. All of them were damn good. All of them, all nine were so good, so good. Ambli has her own experience and her own panache and her own ability to use her body language and things because of her background. Similarly, Arjuman has a very steadfast and a very different, very strong background she has, and she speaks so well, and she has such a gorgeous smile because all your facial expressions, your non-verbals, all that is involved in spoken communication. Because when you, right now, you and I are speaking, believe it or not, the spoken words, भले ही बहुत सारे बात कर रहे हैं, but the spoken words are only 7%. Do you know that? It's only 7%. 38% is our tone of voice. How am I sounding? Am I sounding interesting? If I'm getting bored and drifting off, you'll come to know. Oh, I was saying, once I reached the top 10 in Super Speaker, it was really amazing. It was like, a lot of things were falling in place for me. I was working very hard. I really, I think I reached till top 10 simply because it's not, it's not just because I'm a good speaker. It's because I never, ever lost faith in myself since I was even younger than God. My love for the English language. I'm from a Tamil Brahmin family. यार मेरे घर पे भी कभी English speaking background नहीं था. I was in Kendra Vidyalaya. Kendra Vidyalaya में hardly people spoke English those days. When I can find interest and learn the language, why can't you? No, English language, it's not our language. Please, if Tamil was the global language, I would learn it. If Hindi was the global language, that's what is required for my professional life, I will learn it. Now, English is the global language. You need to accept it in order to grow in the corporate world. It's as simple as that. No one is asking you to have 2,000 word vocabulary. No. You can convey the same thing in 2 words with the correct tone of voice and the correct body language. People will remember you. There's some few things, a lot of tips I can share. I can always come back to that. So, Gargi, once I reached top 10, yes, it was quite jittery. Round 1 happened. Okay, listen to this. Round 1 happened. Arjuman got a 9 out of 10. All of them. So 3 scores were there. So 2 of them gave me a 9. But Suren was suspense. He didn't tell us the score. So after the second round, I saw Suren had given me an 8, but the other 2 ladies had got 9. But Ambili, Arjuman and I, we reached top 3. So once I reached top 3, then it was cool. Then we didn't do the wildcard round. But the 4th round is what, Gargi, to be very frank, the last round where I had to speak about myself, Uday Iyer, in the 3rd person, about if the person passes away, how will you be remembered and how your legacy will be remembered. That was something I focused so much. When I didn't practice, वो वाली चीज़ एक off practice. In the sense, I actually did mirror practice using my hand gestures, kept my phone on a tripod, recorded myself talking away from the phone, then saw my recording. That's in the sense that, how step by step you would do homework. You'll record yourself, you'll check your tone of voice, you'll check your pausing, you'll check your hand gestures. उतनी मेहनत की थी मैंने वो last round के लिए. That's why. Awesome. So that last round was fantastic. So, yeah, then you know the story. So I get the last round is what really hit the nail. And yeah, and I guess the title came my way, I guess, yeah. But it wouldn't have been possible without those 215,000 people entry. It wouldn't have been possible. And believe me, the only more what I've learned from this, my experiences, yes, I was right to believe in not comparing ever yourself with anybody or anything. Never ever compare. Because everybody is unique. Remember the unique you with unique. Everybody is unique. Everybody. Nobody. What Gargi can do, Yuri can't, and what Yuri can, Gargi can't. Everybody is different. You're supposed to do different things in life. Just because Gargi को 98 मिल गए साइंस में और मुझे सिर्फ 78 मिले, that is not a comparison. You laugh at yourself. 10 साल के बाद गार्गी कुछ अलग कर रही होगी लाइफ में और मुझे जो 78 मिले थे मैं लाइफ में और कुछ कर रहा हूँगा. So don't get into comparison. दिमाग मत खराब करके लो. Just score, just see कि खुद को चैलेंज करो कि आपसे इतनी कंसंट्रेशन जमती है और इतनी पढ़ाई होती है. That's all. Studying for exams is challenging yourself and your mental health. How well I can concentrate, how many hours I can concentrate on one go, how well can I write, how well can I form sentences, how well can I write a paragraph. Do I know the art of breaking information into paragraphs? A lot of people don't know that. Education teaches us all this. Exam में marks लाना देखा जाएगा यार. After 10 years, you won't even, you will not. But studying for that and getting those high marks, it should come as a matter of fact. You know what I mean? Just enjoy the process of studying. So it's good fun. Yeah. When I can study at the age of 44, I can study 16 hours a day for GMAT, GRE. Anybody can. You know, my classmates used to wonder, Judy, तुम कैसे पढ़ लेते हो इस उम्र में? I said, well, getting out of the comfort zone as our story began. Yeah.
Yes.
So after Super Speaker, I've been penning down a lot of things, and I'm very fortunate to have come across, and I've got introduced to Success Gyan, to Surain, to Blair Singer, to Thaddeus Lawrence, and I'm yet to meet Siddharth Rajshekar, right? And I was fortunate enough to meet Pooja Puli, and all of them there. And I was so inspired. I was longing to meet inspiring people. So this journey has taught me that I was very right from the beginning not to believe in comparison. I was very right from the beginning to pursue in my life what I'm good at. Prepare every day. The opportunity will come someday. The point is, when the opportunity comes, and if you're not prepared, you are a fool. Every day you need to prepare. Thoda. Small goals. I love small goals more than big goals. I love small goals. Small goals gives you a routine, keeps you disciplined, and all those stuff there. So it's fun. It's good fun. Keep the focus and just go on. So yeah, Super Speaker.
Super awesome.
And all the just let me just finish. And all the so watching this, go and check out the Success Gyan's website, Super Speaker Season 3. Register now! Long live rock and roll!
Yes, great. Thank you so much for adding all of those points. Super. It's super inspiring to listen to you. My last question to you will be, how can people join you if anyone wants to?
Oh, yes. Thank you so very much for asking this question. Now, Gargi, there is a lot of things which is happening in the background, which I've been working on some modules. What I can just say right now, I am making an entire module. See, for example, if someone wants to learn verbal communication, spoken English, or pronunciation, or things in grammar and things like that, you need to go to one teacher. But if you want to learn presentation skills, you want to learn body language, you want to learn facial expressions, eye contact, hand gesture, then you go to another teacher. Here, I teach both of them under one umbrella. So I'm designing an entire package where the course would be called, the course, I've decided on that. I'll let you know very soon. It has a name, and so it's a package deal where verbal, and non-verbal communication skills would be taught, and not only made you understand, even to teach you at a very detailed level. For example, verbal communication, Gargi. Let me just give you a small example. All our lives, school is, at least me, I was always was under the impression 15 years ago that the vowels, how many, which are the vowels in English? We always know A, E, I, O, U. But are you aware that in spoken English, there are 44 sounds, out of which there are 20 vowel sounds and 24 consonant sounds? What are vowel sounds and consonant sounds? How they matter? When we make pronunciation mistakes, हमारे मातृभाषा का प्रभाव आ जाता है हमारे अंग्रेजी में, which is absolutely okay. It's not a sin. It's just a language. So I just want to. So my entire package is going to be. It's not just going to teach you concepts. I'm a kind of person. I love to encourage people, get into your mind and tell you that just because your spoken English is not good, that got nothing to do with your confidence. You can still be a very confident person, and I'll make you understand how it works. I help my students to remove all mental blocks and how to believe in themselves and with their communication skills. Because majority of the people, Gargi, I see around the world right now, the youth with tons of knowledge in their mind, tons of knowledge. And I'm super impressed with you guys. However, if you're not able to open your gap and present your knowledge to the world confidently for 15 minutes, kya fayda hai knowledge ka? If you're not able to open your mouth and present it to the world confidently, using the correct verbal and non-verbal communication. So how do we learn it? Uncle Yuri is here. So I will be launching my course very, very soon. I'll keep Gargi and everybody informed about it. And yes, we'll take it from there. My website, everything is under construction, men at work. So I'm getting stuff done. So very soon I'll be rolling out the course.
I think all of us, including me, are going to just, jump into the course that you are creating, because I just love the way you are talking. I can just keep on going listening to you. So thank you so much for coming here once again.
So kind of you to say that, and so kind of you to have me, Gargi. Thank you so much. God bless you.
So all of you, your action steps are going to be: first, follow him on Instagram. Whenever the course gets out, I am going to keep all of you engaged. So whenever the course jumps up, whenever his master class is here, I am just going to, do the whole rallying of the show, so that all of you can register. Follow him on Instagram. And third is, comment down below the video what are your key takeaways, because I am just blown away by the kind of gold or diamonds that you have shared with us. So thank you so much. It was truly an honor to have you on this show, and looking forward to meet you once again very, very soon.
Definitely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gargi. It's truly an honor and a privilege to have a wonderful conversation with you. Thank you very much, everybody. Keep rocking. Believe your gut. Long live rock and roll, and believe, and never believe the naysayers. Naysayers बहुत मिलेंगे लाइफ में. तुमसे नहीं होगा, हैं? तुमसे होगा. सिर्फ कह देना ठीक है. React नहीं करना. करते रहना खुद का. Just keep going. Never believe the naysayers. I love you all. Mwah, 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 mwah. Long live rock and roll, kiddo. Bye. Take care.
Bye.